Hello everybody, welcome back indeed to another episode of Map Making with Sparks. We are on the Mineathon server again, working on our block hunt map. May I start this episode by saying thank you very much everybody. I have had lots of comments and suggestions and people asking questions and things in the comments. It's great, firstly, to know that people are enjoying the series, and secondly, to get the amount of feedback I've been getting, because it's a tricky project, and there's been some really good suggestions by people, so thanks a lot. And may I also say that Mineathon, as of the time I'm recording, is currently looking for a charity to send all its donations to this year. So if you go to mineathon.com, I have made a video about this already, you can go and vote for a video. All the videos are listed on the site, and you can like one that you want to vote for, or you can make your own video this week for a charity you want us to support. And finally, before we get started on the episode, let me just say that Red Nomster has agreed to come on. He's going to be giving us a little bit of help with the map. Red Nomster is a really awesome YouTuber. I really like his stuff, and he made a waffle castle, so that tells you right away how cool he is. It's even got a door. So yeah, he's a really cool guy. He has a voice like silk and the face of an angel, a goofy angel. So go check him out. There's a link on the screen right now, hopefully, and also in the description, because he makes some awesome redstone videos. Now let's get started. First of all, let me say, oh, it's Spider, that I am not a builder. I am not good at matching up block colours, and this is my protest to that, in that I've put pink wool everywhere. But I have not been idle. Yeah, this is zone 1, by the way. So this was a little experiment by me. I wanted to make a sign that you could click to join a game. I think I was inside the slime there. I think the server is lagging. Yeah, there we go. Oh dear. Oh goodness. Oh dear. That wasn't good. My connection to the server doesn't seem to be great this evening, but it does work. And I was really excited and proud about it. The way that this works, by the way, if you hadn't guessed, is that it's summoning a wither skull, right here, where that sign is, and then a slime on top of it. So the slime is just sat right in front of the sign, and it's being spawned with an invisibility effect. So I could change that to 1 and press this button, and you can now see the slime, and you can punch it, and the slime dies, and we have a scoreboard variable called AGS slimes killed. All of our scoreboard variables begin with AGS because we want to make sure that it doesn't get confused with anybody else's slimes killed scoreboard. So if anybody has killed a slime, it teleports them, and then this archaic track of redstone, caused by my not wanting to set block anything for the moment, then resets it, so it kills the wither skull, and it kills the slime, and then it summons a new slime with a wither skull under it in front of the sign. But there are problems with this. It makes a noise, it drops particles, and it gives off a puff of smoke, and the moment Logstone saw it, he was like, I don't like it, which is understandable, and he suggested squid. So we detect when somebody punches a squid, and that way, firstly, the squid doesn't die, so there's no smoke particles, squid make no noise, it's all good. So I'm going to try that right now, and we'll see how that looks. Okay, I've noticed a slight problem with squid, right? So we're detecting when we deal damage to a squid, but if we punch it, and it's taking damage at the moment we punch it, you can see that it's not registering the fact that we punched it, but if I punch it really quickly before it starts taking suffocation damage, it will teleport us. So, slight problem, I think. I'm wondering whether giving it a regen effect or something will negate the damage from suffocation? I'm not really sure, otherwise this may not work. Okay, so this squid I have summoned with 3,000 ticks of air. Air is usually used as a variable for a mob to work out how long till it starts drowning. With squid, it's the opposite, where it works out how long till it starts suffocating from lack of water. Ick. That's interesting. So the text on a sign is very slightly in front of the sign. I never knew that. Yeah, anyway, so that squid is now no longer taking damage although it is still being killed by this redstone here, which I can stop like that. So I punch it, and I'll be teleported as per plan. That seems alright. We just need to make sure that the squid never runs out of air. Which, if it dies, which it will soon, it will give off a puff of smoke. Maybe what we should do is, if somebody punches it, my connection is quite bad at the moment to this server, by the way. If somebody punches the squid, we will kill the wither skull and then teleport the squid like 1,000 blocks down. TP at E, type equals squid, radius equals 5 minus 200, so that it's in the void and will die. But the smoke won't appear because it's no longer there. That's not where you should be, squid! At all type squid. Will that work? Let me punch the squid. You are not falling into the void, guys. Be nice. Oh, there's a space here. There we go. So I click it, he vanishes, new squid appears. No particle effects. Let's make him invisible again. Is it 18? It was not 18. It was 14. Okay. So there we go. Click the sign, get teleported. Wither skull does appear momentarily. That is slightly sad. By the way, I should probably explain why I'm doing it like this. Two reasons. The first and less important one is that if this was a button and I was stood here and didn't want to press the button and somebody behind me reached over my shoulder and pressed the button, quite often the way you detect that is you just teleport the closest player to the button, to the location. So Bobby McBob there is standing there and I press the button and he just gets teleported, even though he didn't want to go over there. Whereas this way, because we're tracking my personal damage dealt, we avoid that problem. I will be teleported if I punch a squid. We will make sure that people are in adventure mode, so they can't punch anything while they're in this room apart from squid. So if their damage dealt rises, then the only possible thing they could have done is punch a squid. We still need to work out which squid they punched if there was more than one sign to punch. The other reason, the more important reason why I'm doing this is because it looks pretty amazing. Like, isn't that just more cool than a button? I'm sad about that wither skull appearing for a moment there. It wasn't doing that before, I swear. Might be that I'm having a laggy connection. Squid Guy and Logstone are on right now. Squid probably wouldn't approve of what I'm doing to these beautiful, invisible, tentacled creatures, but there you go, they're cephalopods. So let's... I was about to start talking again. So this is... let's move on from the squid thing for a little bit and look at block selection. This is sort of an idea. I saw this on the Reddit. Basically, you can /give yourself an item and give it a data value of 100 or something. And what that does is, for most blocks, it gives you a flat copy of the block, which looks really cool in an item frame and in your inventory. It doesn't work with everything. Like, you can see I'm currently holding an anvil, which just looks like a flat thing. So, I don't know, it doesn't work for everything, but I do think it looks pretty cool. Now, we do need a block selection system, and we obviously don't want something simple like hold the one you want to be, because Squid Guy over here can see that I'm going to be an enchanting table in the next game. So I don't want it to be just holding, but I'm wondering whether we can perhaps detect, like in the original game, block selection. In the original game, I think the way you select a block is that you pick up the block that you want to be out of your inventory. And I think what we could potentially do is give everybody one of these blocks and like in a line on their inventory, and then detect for somebody who doesn't have all of those blocks. And if they don't have it, work out which one they don't have. Because I think if you're holding it in your hand, it doesn't count as being in your inventory. So we can work out by people picking a block up and therefore not necessarily having held it in their hand what they're going to be. The slight problem would be potentially, say my hand is on the crafting table, people may notice that the crafting table vanishes. Although, considering all the blocks will vanish once you've made your selection anyway, that might not be a problem. We may have problems with sort of people wanting to pick more than once. But let's give it a shot. Let's see if we can work out who's holding what. Or, I mean, in the comments, if you have another idea for how we could do block selection that isn't visible to other players. Like, obviously, you could do a button underneath each of these, but people could go, oh, Sparks, who's streaming, has chosen the enchanting table. Now, not only do I have the stream to work out where he is, but I can also work out that he's an enchanting table, and that's going to make it even easier to kill him. So we want to make it as secretive as possible. I've just realised that by that logic, they can watch the stream to work out which block I've chosen, but shut up! The 24-hour live stream is going to be interesting for this charity event, let me tell you. I'll be right back. So this is Musemat, who is apparently our assigned... Oh, there we go.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Your new builder.
Your new best buddy.
Hello.
I'm gonna be your friend, whether you like it or not.
Okay. Yeah.
I like your headband.
Headband. What?
Yes, I like your
thank you.
headband.
It's,
On your skin.
it's like I'm not buying it.
Yeah. So
So you can't see me.
if you're wondering about the pink wool on the floor, that
Yes.
was my attempt at decoration.
Okay, I'm
Actually, it was more of a protest. A protest on my part
Protest.
on not wanting to do any of the layout. So
Don't worry, I'll do that.
basically, I put my faith entirely in your hands. So you're pretty much free reign with the theme, to be honest. Do you know what the game
Yes,
is?
it's Block Hunt. We have it on the server I'm
Block
head
Hunt,
at,
okay.
so.
Cool. I mean, all the block hunts I've played, one, have been sort of a very specific style, if that makes sense. I don't know, do we want to go for that style so people feel used to it, or do we want to try and do something different? Obviously, you probably have a preference in building style anyway, but...
Not real. I like to build with any kind of style, so.
Yeah, well, I'm not fussy, to be honest. The main thing I need at the moment is to know where the walls are. This is like the map selection room.
Yeah?
Like, there's a squid in front of this sign, and if I punch it, I get teleported to zone 1. If that makes
Okay.
sense. So, like, it's a teleported thing. But I need to know where these signs... It won't work for you, Raymond. You need to have a specific scoreboard value, I'm afraid.
That hurts me.
I haven't really finished setting it up, but I need to know where the walls are so I know where the signs are so that I can put all the relative command blocks in. So this room is like the priority, the map selection. Which brings me on, I guess, to the topic of how many areas do you want to build? Because I'm going to make I'm going to make the redstone be able to support more than one area, if that makes sense.
Arena.
Arena, yeah.
You just tell me how many areas you want. What would you prefer? I don't.
Well, I think 2 would be nice at least, but it's really up to you how enthusiastic you are and how much time you have and how crazy. You
I
are building.
I literally have nothing to do the next 2 weeks.
So shall we say 100?
Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead.
Some of them might be entirely flat, but yeah, sure, 100. If you wanted to do different themes for every area, and I'm not saying I want this or don't want it, I'm just saying that if you're planning to, maybe you could have like an alcove that is for each map, and the alcove is themed the same as the arena that it goes to. Because you were worried about
Yeah, that'd be cool.
the selection room not being the same theme as the map arena.
Yeah, because if you're gonna go into like a jungle map, it would be stupid to make like an icy wasteland.
I know it might be an idea. Just have like a little tiny, sort of side chamber from the main room, and inside that themed side chamber, you could then click on the button that takes you to that area. Is an idea. Sweet, guys, sweet. So we've got our own personal builder now, Musemat, who seems like a pretty cool guy. I like the build. This is going to be the lobby. We're going to have arenas and things. And my only complaint is that there wasn't enough pink wool placed randomly. So he was very obliging, and we've got my own very personal pink wool down there. So I don't feel too bad about my color choice over here. Now, Musemat actually had a really good idea, which was for the team selection, give people potions and have it as a sort of drink me kind of thing. So there'll be several potions in your inventory, which can be probably just a water bottle, to be honest, or we could make them nice and colourful, but the idea would be that all of them look the same. And so you drink it, and if you're in adventure mode, obviously I'm in creative, so nothing happens, but it will be replaced by a glass bottle, which means... So for instance, hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, got it working. So I had to put it in a command block. It was actually quite a long command, but this command block gives us a water bottle, and if we hover over it, it says crafting table. And if we hover over it completely, it says drink me to become a crafting table. So it's actually just a water bottle, but this means that I'll have like several bottles in my hand in my hotbar, and they'll all look the same, but they'll have different names, which means that people can, you know, hover over it and they can. I say I want to be a crafting table. I'll drink it, and if I was in adventure mode, oh, that's the wrong game mode. There we go. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. No. No. That went horribly, horribly wrong. Let's try that again. I'm not going to fall through the floor this time. Right, so I have the crafting table potion, right, and they don't know which potion I've selected. To them, it just looks like I'm holding a water bottle, so I can drink it. And I'm left with a glass bottle. So we can now test for all players that don't have a glass bottle in their inventory, I think. And if they don't, then we set their block type to crafting table and clear the glass bottle and give them a new... I can't place it because I'm in adventure mode. Give them a new bottle like that. So that way, if they decide to be a different block, they will have all the choices open to them. So that seems to work pretty well, I think. I quite like the idea, in fact. I'd be tempted to colour the potions, but we want to make sure that people can't see what it is. So I might go with that for now. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I think that's probably going to do it for this episode. These take quite a long time to make. So feedback as always. Do you like the squid thing? Do you reckon we should just go with pressure plates instead? I like the squid thing. Oh dear. It needs a bit of work. And then the block selection, there's so many different ways to do it. If you have a different way I've not looked at today, let me know. Or if you have a preference, I'm going to try the drinkable potions for next episode. We'll see how it works. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.